Hey there, Facebook. It's so good to be here with you. I'm Donna Hoffman, the technically inept but well-meaning, design-loving design coach for all of you peeps out there. Whether you are a design lover working on your own home, whether you are a design pro enjoying spending time with us, we love you. We love having time here with you. When I'm not coaching and guiding people across the United States and beyond, and I mean beyond, we've got students all over the world at this point. I am running a luxury interior design company in the Philadelphia region of the United States. And oh my gosh, do we have a great time doing what we do. In fact, I am beyond tired today. Just to give you a little snippet of what we did today, we presented 5 bedrooms to a client, followed by a powder room, a media room, flooring concept, 2 window treatment revisions, and then tile for their kitchen and a bar. So it was a packed, crazy day. So no matter what's happening in our design studio, we come back here at 4 p.m. Eastern. We go live with you to teach a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live, to talk about something that's on your brains, talk about something that's on my brain to talk to you about based upon the questions that I'm getting. And that's pretty much what we're doing today. So what we're doing today is talking about flooring. So flooring is a huge question mark for so many people. And there's a good reason for that. With flooring, it's a fifth wall, basically. Hang on one sec. What do you want me to do over here? You want me to push that button? Just push this button? Pushing the button. That's what I've been doing all along, pushing the button. Anyway, flooring is a huge point of confusion. So, Instagram, I hope you're here with us now. Great to see you. We're talking about flooring. I'm Donna Hoffman. Flooring is a point of confusion because some of you are talking about it way too late, and some of you are talking about it way too early, but in the wrong way. Talking about your flooring early is actually a good thing. But there is a difference, my lovelies, between concept and decision. And that is true of all of design. Concept is a more general idea, a more general location that you want to, destination that you want to head to. And decision is, yeah, I'm signing off on it. This is what we're doing. When you are talking about your flooring, I'd like you, for any project that you're working on, I'd like you to start with a flooring concept. I don't care if you know the exact color. That's not what a concept is. A concept is a direction. I know I'm going to want a bleached oak look here, or I know I'm going to want a stone here, or I know I'm going to want some pattern here, or I know I'm going to want something plush here, and I'm going to do an area rug on top of tile, or whatever. It's a concept. So with your projects, you want to make sure you know what that fifth wall is. You've got the, oh, this door's going to keep driving me crazy. Hold on. I have a door that's squeaking. It's not closing all the way. Hold the phone. There it is. Okay. So you want to start out with that concept for that fifth wall, because everything you do is going to layer on top of that. So I don't want you to wait till the very end of your kitchen design or your master bedroom design before you really know what's my flooring concept. That should be early. You create the concept, you draw the concept in your brain, and then you leave it as you start to work on your space. Sixth wall, of course, is the ceiling. We should do a Facebook Live and Instagram Live on ceilings, shouldn't we? That could be really interesting. Anyway, back to flooring. So I want to take your flooring questions because I get so many of them. But the first thing I want you to now that I'm going to ask you to think about is, did I start my flooring discussion in my brain or planning too late in the game? Early concept. Then what are the key types of flooring, right? I get a lot of questions about that, and it's really not as complicated as you might think. So before I take your questions live, and if you have a flooring question, just pop it in there. I'm happy to take it, as long as I don't need to see a picture to be able to answer you well. First of all, you've got hardwood, right? That's pretty common knowledge. And within hardwood, you have solid wood or you have got engineered flooring. So with engineered hardwood, it's literally layers of veneer, several layers of veneer put on top of a substrate of a more like a plywood. So within the hardwood category, the hardwood look, you can also do something in a luxury vinyl plank. Now that's vinyl that can be made to look like wood. So remember I talked to you about concept? Well, I know I want a wood look, but do I want wood? Do I think I want hardwood that is solid? Do I think I want engineered hardwood? Or do I want a product that gives me that look in wood? Because you can also get that wood look in a tile. I'm doing something now in a tricked out basement, a sub-level. I'm in a tile that's going to look like a wood. Ditto for a pool house. Going to look like a wood, but it's not. It's really tile. So you see why I'm talking about concept? Get that look and concept in your head, and then you can start to think about what those materials are. But back to materiality. So you've got wood, which is something that does not like water, something that is going to scratch and patina. That's the nature of wood. So in terms of luxury vinyl plank, that is now a printed vinyl with several layers of a I don't know, is it a epoxy? There's several clear vinyl coats, I guess, on top of it. I might be saying this backwards, but it's printed, and then there are several coatings of a protectant, clear, to give it more durability. But it too, if you're really, dragging furniture on it, you can scratch it. And certainly, the vinyl grade tiles have come a long way since like the 1970s, the 1980s, when people kind of turned their nose up at them. So there's a lot that can be done, even in rolled vinyl tile. I don't do a lot of that. I'll tell you honestly, I practice in the luxury interior design area. So we're doing a lot of hardwoods. We're doing a lot of tile, a lot of stone. Let's talk about tile. Tile, for the most part, on flooring is going to be in a porcelain. It's much lower cost than a stone. And then there's stone tile, right? Stone tile gets more costly not only because the material is not man-made, but also when you are putting it into the project, it's more complicated for the installers. They have to put in something called a wet bed. They have to dig down. If it's a new construction, they have to dig down a little deeper to be able to lay that in as well. So these are your hard floorings that we've talked about, but then on top of that, you can add area rugs, right? And a rug is made of fiber. Well, what is that fiber? Is it a nylon? Is it a tencel? Is it a wool, a natural fiber? Is it a silk? Is it a blend? Is it a cotton? So you have your woven products, your woven area rugs. It's not just about the fiber, but also what is the weave? Is it a plush? Is it a loop? Is it a combination of cut loops and full loop? So you can get like a high-low kind of look in a piece of carpet or area rug. And then, of course, the second cousin to the area rug is wall-to-wall carpet, right? Tends to be the lowest cost option when you want softness underfoot. You can take mini wall-to-wall carpets and have them cut into area rug sizes, right? But the principle is the same, that it's made of a fiber. And then how is it made? How is that area rug made? Is it machine made, like an area, like a wall-to-wall carpet? Is it hand knotted? Each loop is hand knotted and then cut on the other side to create two upright fibers. So is it hand knotted? Is it hand tufted? Tufting is done with something called a tufting tool, where somebody is literally pushing something through on that rug by hand, moving across the rug itself, and a lot less time consuming than hand knotting, but certainly much more time consuming than something made by machine. So when you get into the rug product, it's what's the fiber, what's the manufacturing process, and then of course what's the size. The bigger the rug, very often the more costly it's going to be. So those are really your basics on flooring. Yeah, there's some specialty floorings. You can do concrete. I'm looking at doing a stamped concrete or a polished concrete in an interesting sub-level that we're working on in a residence. You can do rubber flooring in a gym. Rubber flooring usually either comes rolled or it can be done in big tiles. it can be just a plain black and white speckle, or you can get kind of jiggy with it and get a little, more out there and exciting in terms of style. It gets kind of pricey though when you start to do that with your rubber flooring. And then within the category of wood flooring, and I really bow to my experts on this, but it comes down to what kind of wood do you like? Do you like a lot of figuring in the wood? You want to see a lot of grain pattern? You might love oak. Do you not want a lot of that? Well, then maple might be perfect for you. Do you want to think about bamboo or cork? So within the world of wood flooring, that could be a lesson in and of itself. And even how to stain wood is such a special skill. I'm working on a project now where we were taking a floor stain on a white oak floor, and we couldn't get the right color from this stain. Loved the stain, but it wasn't applying the way the finisher wanted to. And she said, "You know what? I'm going to open up the grain of the wood." I said, "How do you do that?" She said, I'm going to put water on it first. Remember I told you wood doesn't like water? It opened the grain. She was popping the grain or opening the grain, and then it took that rich, deep color that we wanted like a dream. And it was a big difference in the way that color looked after she popped the grain versus not. So wood flooring on its own is a rabbit hole we could run down. So that's your basic primer on flooring. What I'd like you to walk away with today is basic knowledge of the different basic types of flooring out there, and when you should start to think about your flooring. Okay, so I welcome you to send in questions. We weren't able to go live on Instagram today, but I welcome you to throw in your Facebook Live questions while I'm here with you live. And while you're doing that, I want to invite you to a couple of things. First of all, next week, our topic is how to selecting the right artwork for your space. Next week is selecting the right artwork for your space here, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you missed any portion of this, you can always find us on YouTube at The Interior Design Advocate. And if you're not following us on Instagram, we normally are on Instagram also live at 4 p.m. You can find us at decorating.genius. And at decorating.genius is my teaching Instagram feed. But if you want to know what we're doing, what we're up to in our luxury design company, then you'd find us at IDH Designs. That's at IDH Designs. So last but not least, before I get to your questions, we have an exciting contest happening on Instagram. And if you want to win one of my free online courses, this is a great opportunity. And we decided we're going to make it easier. It's the Bookcase or Bookshelf Makeover Challenge. And if you are one of my students from Design CPR, we want to see you doing your bragging rights. Post a picture. We used to say, last week we said you had to do a before and after. A lot of people contacted us and said, "Oh my gosh, I don't have a before, I only have my after." So we're like, all right, we'll make it easier for you guys. So you need to be a student of Design CPR. You have to post your after image of either your beautifully styled bookcase or bookshelf, and that you redesigned using Design CPR, creating perfect rooms with accessories. And then you'll post it to Instagram with the hashtag of TIDA Bookcase Challenge. That's hashtag TIDA Bookcase Challenge. And then in your caption, just write a couple of words about how Design CPR, creating perfect rooms with accessories, really helped you to get that beautiful end result. Follow us on decorating.genius on our Instagram feed, and then follow us on the Interior Design Advocate on YouTube. And there it is. Your deadline is coming up. It's on April 12th, so you still have some time. And your prize is you get to pick out any one of my online courses to enjoy. And if you've taken all of my courses, then you can get a free membership in our VIP lounge, where we do these great once a month meetups or some one-on-one talking in our group meetup. Okay, so there it is. So let me see who's here, who's got questions. Sorry for the truly wacky start to this. Here we are. Okay, so people are telling me you can see me on Facebook. Well, that's good, because nobody's seeing me on Instagram. Okay, Beverly's saying hi. I'm getting a lot of hellos. Angela is in Philadelphia. Jenny is saying that she was somehow on the wrong page. Okay, other people are having problems too. Maybe something weird is happening, like Mercury is in retrograde. Jenny Garner is in Texas. Hi there, Jenny. Okay, I'm getting hellos from California. Everybody's here. The party is here because Alice is here from California. I say cheers to Alice. Sandra is saying, what is my view, Donna? What is your view of luxury vinyl in a condo? What are the best quality? It's not a budget issue, but practicality and installation. I have built-ins and I'm concerned about thickness. What's my view on luxury vinyl plank? If budget is not the issue, I'd always go to a wood. For resale purposes, for look, for sound, I would. I think luxury vinyl plank is great in areas that you are concerned about wood. It's a really wet environment. It's your sublevel. It's your basement coming off a walkout basement coming off a pool, and you're afraid of wet feet all over the place. Sometimes in a playroom, we'll do an LVP, but I really caution you, Sandra, to not go like LVP would look in one area and then an actual wood in another area. I would do the full single floor of a residence in all LVP or all wood. I wouldn't mix the two. I think it looks like a bad miss. What's my opinion of it? My opinion of it is that it's come a long way. I think that you can do it with confidence. But if given the choice, I always prefer a natural product when wood is concerned. It's just my own little weirdness. So maybe that isn't the answer you want. So hope I helped you. Hope I didn't make things worse. There it is. So Pam is here as well from California. California into house. This is good. Carol's here from New Jersey. I'm getting a lot of hellos. Okay. Carol Bowman is saying, is there a reason not to install hardwood over a ceramic tile? The door height is good and we are replacing the baseboard, so no issue there. We are aiming to save $10,000 without the tear out. Oh, Carol. I am not a flooring installer, so I don't feel that I can give you the best answer on this. My training was always do the rip out, get the wallpaper off the wall before you try to repaint. You'll be mad at yourself if you don't. So I would defer to a flooring expert on that to see if there's an integrity issue. Will there be a sound issue? Tell them what are the problems I could run into by not doing this tear out. Because if you're going to save $10,000 now, but possibly have a $15,000 headache later, you're better off ripping the Band-Aid off now and not saving the dollars. So I know that's not the answer you want, but so I'm not saying no, Carol, but I would defer to a flooring expert on that. I'm not a flooring installer. I design it. I don't put it in. I can't even use my glue gun. And if you spend any time with me, you already know that about me. Suzanne is saying, I want a hard surface in the basement. Hardwood would cost a fortune. Any ideas for alternatives? You might want to look at LVP in your basement. It'll give you the look of hardwood. It will be softer to sound and as well as to feel than a tile would be. Because you can do a wood look tile as well. But I would go in a basement without the cost of hardwood. I would go to an LVP there on a second floor. There it is. Hope that helps you, Suzanne. If you have a follow-up, babe, throw that in there. Andrea says, if I already have a dark brown stained floor, can I have it restained to gray? Yes, you can. They strip. You really want to interview guys very well when you're doing flooring refinishing. You want to ask them, walk me through your process. What do I need to do to prep? What kind of mess can I expect? What kind of cleanup can I expect? How many days will my job take? Will you be doing this from start to finish? You do not want a group that's going to abandon you to go to another job in the middle of your refinish, because refinishing is, next to kitchens, one of the most truly unpleasant reno pieces to live through in your home. I just want to be perfectly honest and manage your expectations. So what happens when what they're doing is they're going to sand your initial floor down and then to strip it, sand and strip, and then they're going to lay in your new stain so you can really go to any color you want. Now that said, depending upon your installer will know better than I, your finisher, he might say, look, there's a little premium because you're going from a dark color to a lighter color. We're going to have to do a better sand and strip and sand here. So again, I wouldn't be able to tell you that. that you can do it. I just don't know if there'll be a cost differential, but I say go for it. Love it. Okay. Quinika is saying, at a dining room table, is there a rule of thumb? Okay, Quinika, I am going to stick with on-topic questions because we're talking about flooring today, babe. So I'm going to keep talking about flooring questions. In fairness to everybody who came here today for flooring. Lori is saying, what's the best hard flooring for a master bedroom? Thank you. Listen, I think it has to, it's not that there's a best, Lori, it has to do with what look do you want? You might love, Brazilian hardwood. That's a very high-end hardwood. You might, dislike all the figuring of oak, meaning all the graining pattern that you get. So you might, for you, I would say, tune in with yourself. Look at your inspo images. Do you want to see a lot of grain pattern? Do you not? Because based upon what you do and don't want to see, that's what will tell you what's the best hardwood flooring for you. Alrighty, not what I think is the best. Okay. So great question coming from, Beverly's asking a great question here. I have an old bamboo floor. Should I stain it or sand it to make it look new again? See, bamboos are a really cool wood, soft. So it does not hold up the way like a Brazilian hardwood cherry. That's a really hard wood. I'm sorry, I got off onto my own tangent here. So should you stain it or sand it to make it look new again? Beverly, I can't use my own glue gun. Girlfriend, I don't know how to make it look new again. You know how you do it? You call the guy and you speak to a couple of the guys and you interview a couple of people and say, what do you recommend here for me to bring this up to look new? I don't want to change the color, or I do want to change the color, and see what they recommend. A good flooring expert. I'm not talking about your handyman that you use. I would go to somebody who specializes in flooring refinishing. And by that, I don't mean you ask them, hey, have you done this before? Because I have been down that rabbit hole when people have said, oh yeah, I've done this before, and then they haven't. And I have a client crying, at the end of the day because somebody screwed up her foyer or whatever. Get references, check to make sure that, this person or these people that you're interviewing, I like to interview 3 for every project. Make sure they've done the kind of project you're talking about, that they have expertise in flooring. I have a wood flooring guy here in the Philadelphia region. He is stupendous. He knows more about wood than you'll ever want to know, and he's thrilled to talk about it. So I think you need to ask the expert, what do I need to do? This is bamboo. What do you recommend? What do you know about this wood species? How is it going to react? How is it going to respond? So that's what I would advise you, Beverly. Again, I can't answer fabrication, installation, and refinishing application questions because it's not my skill set. I hire the guys on my projects to do what I ask them to do, because I'll say, I want this gray, or I want this fresh looking, or I'd like this to turn to this color. So there it is. I know just enough to be dangerous, in other words. But if you have a follow-up, please pop it in there, Beverly. Lori is saying, my dining room and family room are across from each other, but close to each other. Should my area rugs be the same? Nope. Nopety, nope. Lori, your area rugs should be in conversation with each other, not identical. If you need help putting together a room or how to mix pattern, whether it's pattern in fabrics, pattern in rugs, I invite any of you to check out my online course. I've got hair everywhere today. My online course called Decorating Genius, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. It is a fantastic, get you moving, up-level your residence kind of program. And it's easy to take in, and women love it because it works and the results are amazing. And there's a private Facebook group that comes along with it. So somebody like Lori could, post pictures. Hey, here are 4 rugs I'm considering. Here's the rest of my palette. What do you guys think I'm leaning here? But I tackle how to marry patterns like a pro and do it so easily. So answer to you, Lori, not identical. Definitely there should be a marriage between them. Julia is saying hello from Dallas. I'm so happy you're here from Texas, Julia. Thank you for joining. And Carolyn is here from San Antonio. These are some of my favorite places in Texas you people are living in. And Houston is in the house. Susie's here from Houston. All right, next time I'm in Texas, I got to sweep through 3 of my favorite places. You know where else I went recently? Not so recent, it's like 2 years ago now. Outside of Austin, another great town, I didn't know Texas had a wine country. It's called, is it called Fredericksburg? It's something Berg. Oh my gosh, gorgeous part of the country I didn't know existed. Interesting wines too. Who knew Texas was growing their own vineyards and such? Had a great time with some of my Texas mastermind buddies. We got together with all of our mastermind buddies, but some of them are from Texas, and that's why we ended up in that beautiful part of the country. I recommend it highly to everybody. I want to make sure I get to everybody's question, but I know I've got to wrap up soon. Debbie says, I have higher end LVP in my basement for functionality, but it just doesn't feel like real wood when I step on it. No, it won't. Debbie, it won't feel like real wood. It won't sound like real wood. It's going to sound kind of clicky and tinny compared to a hardwood. And that sound bothers some people. So LVP, guys, it looks like wood. It doesn't respond like wood, okay? So there's that trade-off. Okay, so Angela is talking to somebody else. I'm not going to weigh in there. Okay, Conway is saying, I see a lot of friends ripping out carpets and installing hardwood or vinyl in bedrooms. I personally love the soft carpet while walking around, but I do understand it's easier to clean and maintain. Is there a trend moving away from carpets and going towards hardwoods, stones, vinyls? You know, Conway, I think that it has to do with the fact that a lot of builders will include wall-to-wall carpet in a bedroom. It's an included option and people want the upgrade. The nice thing about wood floor with a rug on top of it in a bedroom, in any room, is that it offers a layered element. And the more you can layer in these other textures and elements, the more your spaces just start to open up and become really exciting looking. That said, if you love wall-to-wall carpet in your bedroom, girlfriend, you do wall-to-wall carpet in your bedroom. The design police are not going to come arrest you. So if you love that plush feeling and the sound absorption of a wall-to-wall carpet, go for it. As ever, I always encourage you guys, you want to purchase with wall-to-wall carpet, you want to purchase the best quality you can afford, the highest density with the best spring back, because the place your wall-to-wall carpets are going to wear out first, particularly if they're lower quality, will be at your entrance points. From entering into the bedroom and from the bedroom into the bathroom and possibly bedroom into your closet. That is just going to be where your compression happens. So you do want to try to buy the best you can afford. But I always say that about everything, right? Because when you buy the best you can afford, you're less likely to have to replace it 5 years down the line, 7 years down the line, or sooner than you want to because you've already moved on to other things. Okay. Carmen is saying, what's the best flooring for bedrooms in the second level of a townhouse? Carmen, there is no right or wrong there. It has to do with your budget, your design fingerprint. What do you love? You can do anything from a wood with an area rug on top of it to just a wood to a wall-to-wall. I don't know what part of the country you live in. You could do stone if you're in a really hot climate, or tile, porcelain tile. But most commonly, people are doing either wood, LVP, or a wall-to-wall carpet. All right, last two questions. Here they come. Jenny is saying, we had floor damage in our kitchen, faux wood laminate. The floor is continuous into the breakfast area. Oh, dining room, large den, and utility room and hallway. Yikes. And you had water damage. Youch. Initially, we were considering tile so that any future water leaks would not ruin the floor. The contractor suggested luxury vinyl plank. We found some beautiful LVP. We looked at some reviews and wonder if it's durable. Thanks. I've also been told that LVP is more forgiving of water. But that said, the only thing that wants to just sit under inches and inches or a foot of water is the bottom of the ocean or the bottom of a puddle. None of these products really just want to just sit there ad infinitum. Not concrete, none of it. So I would nod to your installer if he or she feels that that's the way to go with the water damage issue that you've had, then go there, see how that works out for you. But it's certainly going to be more forgiving than wood. Wood will pop and ripple, and it's a bloody mess when you get water on it, like in a wood kitchen floor. So there it is. Okay, now I'm getting the official last two questions from Steve. I was wrong there. Okay, Beverly's saying, thank you so much. I'm glad that I helped you, Beverly. Allison is saying, I'm building an open concept and I have a golden retriever. Can I do LVP in the whole house? I hear different things from people, Beverly, about LVP and paw prints and such, and scratching and such. If you want something that's not going to show that scratching, you're going to want to do tile, which is going to be higher cost than an LVP. But with a big dog, see, with wood, I don't mind the patina of the dog scratching, that it just kind of softens it down. I think it takes on a handsome patina. But LVP, luxury vinyl plank, you don't want that to scratch down. So I would talk again to your resource, to your installer, to see if he or she recommends it with a pet, and say, this is the kind of pet I have, and I don't keep his or her nails that short. So, what are you suggesting here? Before I take my last question, if you joined us late, I just want to remind you, so I don't get in trouble with Katie, that we have a fantastic bookcase and bookshelf makeover challenge happening on Instagram. So if you are one of my students who's taken Design CPR, Creating Perfect Rooms with Accessories, a phenomenal course. Oh my gosh, I love that course. You can win one of my other courses by entering this contest. You need to be a student of Design CPR to enter. We've made it easier. You don't have to put out a before picture, because everybody started texting us saying, I have a great after, I don't have my before. So you can just send us an after picture showing us that you redesigned something using Design CPR, bookcase or bookshelf. We realize not everybody has a bookcase. You post your image on Instagram using the hashtag TIDA Bookcase Challenge. That's TIDA Bookcase Challenge. And in your caption, just a couple of words on how Design CPR, Creating Perfect Rooms helped you with this gorgeous makeover you did. And then make sure you're following us on Instagram, decorating.genius, and make sure you're following us on YouTube at the Interior Design Advocate. So real simple, and you can win another one of our courses. The deadline to post it all is April the 12th. So you still have a smidge of time, and you will get to, if you're the winner, you get to pick out any one of my online courses, or you can opt for a free membership for 6 months into our VIP meetup, our monthly meetup. So there it is. Oh, Susie's telling me it is Fredericksburg. Oh, so beautiful. Fredericksburg, Texas. Highly, highly recommend. Julia's going again next month. All right, have a glass of Texas wine for me while you're there. Lori is saying, I never see carpets in new builds ever anymore because consumers don't want them. Consumers want the higher end thing, which is the wood floor. They almost always upgrade from that carpet. Almost always, not every time, but in a model home, you're probably going to see a lot of wood floors, not wall to walls. Lori is saying, thank you, Donna. Please keep the lives coming. Lori, you are welcome. I will. I'm so glad you guys love these as much as I do. Gretchen is saying, first time here from PA. She's loving this group. I have much to learn. Gretchen, kiddo, so glad to have you here, a fellow Pennsylvanian. Jenny's saying, thank you. I appreciate your time. You're welcome, Miss Jenny. And Jennifer is saying, I have dirty top pine dark wood floors, and my flooring guy sealed them with a commercial grade, and it has been wonderful with large dogs. So he sealed it with a commercial grade sealer. That makes sense. Jennifer McCann, one of the best design divas. Just love you to bits. Thank you, kiddo, for sharing that with me. All right, listen, I got through all the questions today. How shocking was that? Woohoo! So next week, we're talking about selecting the right artwork for your space. Bring your artwork questions. As you might have seen today, based upon if this was your first time, I do a quick little lesson about something. It's a fireside chat. It's not a visual lesson. Visual lessons are in all of my online courses, which are phenomenal, if I do say so myself. But they really are great because I see the results my students are getting. Just thrilling for me to see. Very gratifying. So these little chats, we have them on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, and after the little mini lesson, then I take questions on topic, as long as I don't need to see a picture to be able to answer you. And it's a great way for you to be able to pick my brain, find out what I might think about something you're working on. And I can tell you that in the private design world, it's several thousands and thousands of dollars for people to hire us to design one room. So this is a great opportunity for you to just kind of come here and bond with all of us and to get my brain on what you're thinking about. Your gorgeous brain. All right, peeps. See you next week, Tuesday, 4 p.m. when we're talking about selecting the right artwork for your floor, for your home. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.